Hello, hello, hello. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope all of you are fine, are doing well. I hope you're with your loved ones. I know it's Christmas Eve for some people. I wanted to take this time to let you guys know that I really appreciate you. And I know a lot of people say it, but in my case, for me, it's very special because you guys, those of you who have been with me since Norway, you have followed me and you literally were keeping me going when I was going through some really dark times. So I want to say thank you, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I want to thank those two who bought the hoodie. It has helped. I'm not gonna get the money right now, I want to thank you all for always supporting me, um, and for making our community grow. Claudia Salas, I want to thank Claudia Salas specifically too. I mean, all of you, but she was a huge part as to me being able to do the lunch for the girls, for the young ladies yesterday from the shelter. I want to thank you so much, Claudia. You are not just a subscriber, you're also a friend, and I'm very appreciative of you. I hope, well, you're Jewish, so happy Hanukkah. So, yes, Topollillo. Everybody knows I'm Topollillo. I've invited some other YouTubers, but I'm gonna see if they can make it. If not, that's okay. I wanted to talk to you guys here. Um, I did a look. I want to talk about something a little bit different before we start with the royals and a couple of things that I want to leave you with. Um, I want to thank all of you for the super chats and the PayPal donations. That has really helped a lot. Because everything I do on this channel goes to that. And you know that my channel this year, my person, not even my channel, my person went through quite a few attacks. And I want to thank the community for supporting me, um, and protecting me when I was really down, guys. Hi. Yes, Lady Letitia, the link is in the group chat. I'll send it to you again, Lady Letitia. Let me send you the link, okay? Um, it's in the group chat, but I'll send it again. Of course, I sent you the link. Yeah, it's there. It's the last message in the group chat, Lady Letitia, so you can join. Um, so I want to say something because I did a video about Blake Lively, and I got a lot of horrible messages saying that I'm being paid by Justin Baldoni to stick up for him. Um, those of you who have been with me for a long time know that I have survived. Sorry about that. It's 3 murder attempts by my ex-husband. I've had broken ribs, broken arms, broken legs, cracked skull with 14 stitches. I don't know. I know that you guys sometimes see me scratch my skull. I don't have any dandruff or anything. It's just that it's painful. And it's still, even though this happened years ago, it still affects me. Um, and I can tell you that I do not buy her complaint. Now it's been found out that she never subpoenaed anybody for the text messages. The Justin Baldoni's old agency gladly gave them to her. I know that I am biased because for 9 years I went through. Um, hey, the plumber. Oh, that's the old link. Crap. Let me send it to you. Let me send it to you, Letitia. Sorry about that. Really, that's the old link. No wonder nobody's coming on. Let me send it to you guys. Just a moment. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize, guys. Here's the link, girls. Here we go. There's the link. I just sent the link. I just sent the link. Apologies for that. Um, um, I my ex-husband for so many years, everybody was siding with him because nobody could believe that Norway would lend themselves to lie about things. And most of my issues was that I was fighting the reputation of an entire nation that has a reputation. Oh, thank you, Munchie. for being, left wing and everything. So nobody would believe that they were supporting the abuse of my ex-husband, not only supporting it, but covering it up. Took me 8 years. It completely destroyed my life, my reputation. My son's life was deeply affected. My son did not have, hi, Victoria.
Hello.
We're
You
just talking a
okay?
little bit about the Justin Baldoni thing because I received some horrible messages because I don't believe Blake Lively, and I'm talking about the history that I can see everybody turning against Justin Baldoni. I can see, I found out now that the text messages, it wasn't a subpoena, it was the former disgruntled PR agency who gladly handed them over to Blake Lively, who's represented by WME, and who they also represent Ryan Reynolds, who is one of the biggest stars. Okay. So, and that everybody's jumping ship because, and it, you know what? I know I am biased because I lived through that. My whole history of my life was erased. Everybody turned against me. It took 9 years of my life. My son's childhood, what he didn't have a childhood. He didn't. And everybody supported him. The press wasn't in favor of him. I went through all the trials. I won them, but nobody wanted to believe it until I won it again in Norway in 2022. And to this day, none of the newspapers have publicly apologized about all the lies they printed. My reputation to this day, I get the Sussex squad. Didn't she kidnap her daughter? No, it's a son I have, by the way. So I don't believe Blake Lively. First, and I'll tell you my reasons, and I want to say here publicly, I'm not being paid by Justin Baldoni. I deeply dislike Blake Lively because of her interviews of a movie that was about domestic violence, of her using a movie about domestic violence to promote her very, very bad hair products because she used herself as a hair model to say, look at my hair. Her hair looked dry, brittle, dirty, oily, everything at the same time. To promote Betty Boo's, she even had drink names about the domestic violence thing. If she turned everybody against her, it's her own self. She did not behave like a woman who was severely harassed. That's the way she says it. Also, she came from a position of power. And a huge red flag for me is the fact that Ryan Reynolds was involved from the beginning in everything. He went to every meeting, he was present. Why? Why is he so controlling of Blake Lively? Isn't Blake Lively her own woman? Didn't she have a PR agency representing her? Why did he need to be present? And this is before all the allegations. Blake Lively was the intimacy coordinator. They wrapped up the movie in January. Why wait a whole year and why do it before Christmas? To me, it sounds spiteful, vengeful. Everybody
Yeah.
dumping shit because everybody sees him like that. This is a man has been a long time in the industry. Nobody, nobody. This he's not Harvey Weinstein because we've seen Blake Lively with Harvey
Do you
Weinstein.
know, I think Ryan Reynolds is actually a Mormon.
Pardon me?
He's a Mormon.
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell
Yeah,
he
he's a
is. He's
Mormon.
very
Yeah.
controlling.
Yeah.
He even rewrote scenes. I mean, was not involved. This is how much power he had over the movie. He rewrote the most important scene of the movie in the book, from the book, to his pleasure. I mean, that was not part of the project, had nothing to do with it. So I'm not being paid by Justin Baldoni. I am a victim. I can recognize certain signs. Blake Lively sitting on a couch when she was asked, well, when victims recognize in you or like or whatever, and they want to ask you questions, and she goes, all laugh, she was lounging like she's at in the living room of her home. Oh, oh, what do you mean? Give her my GPS location. I'm a Virgo. Oh, grab your florals. I am so tempted to show you pictures of what I look like after beating guys, because I can tell you that the last thing I wanted to do was grab any fucking florals. And I'm sorry, but I am so mad. I am so mad. I am disappointed in a lot of people because this woman waited a whole year. Sony, why isn't she suing Sony? Sony's the one who brought her in. Sony was present. If Justin Baldoni and his mates were doing all of this at the very early stages of this, she could have walked out. She was the one with power. Ryan Reynolds is the one with power. She could have walked out. They had cause to fire him as a director, leave him as an executive producer, but fire him or replace him as lead actor and director. They would have had cause. Now, but they didn't do that, did they? They didn't do that. Victoria, her internet is bad. So I just want to say this because I've received so many emails and people are saying, "Oh, look, his ex publicist, the ex publicist who's now suing him. She is suing him because she's the one who gave all the text messages and emails to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And apparently, they didn't use a subpoena granted because the publicist who is representing Justin Baldoni quit the firm and he went with her instead. So she was using a company phone and email address and they gave them all to them and they gave them all to Blake Lively because she's the bigger, not because of her. She was a Soho House girl. Okay. She's not middle class or anything. So for those people sending me those hateful messages, do you think you're gonna make me back down? If I see evidence of anything that actually he was like that, but she had the power. She had the power. Ryan Reynolds was there every step of the game. They had cause, they had a union. They could have said, I don't want him there because she was the one with more power. Yes, he bought the book. But if he had been really harassing her and doing all those things, they would have had legit cause to replace him as lead director, as director and lead actor. They didn't do that. Okay. So and the things that she's saying, the way she conducted herself, Amber Heard just endorsed her. This reminds me very much of this. So I'm not gonna back down. I am gonna keep my mind open, but every red flag there is in my body tells me she's lying and she's just angry that she herself ruined her own reputation because now they're even accusing Kjersti Flo, the Norwegian reporter, of body shaming her simply because she complimented her being pregnant. Apparently now saying congratulations on your baby bump or on your pregnancy. Apparently now that is an obscene insult. It's I don't know what world we live in that is not making comments about somebody's body, that is praising motherhood, something that Norwegian reporter couldn't do because she can't have children. And she was being kind, she was being nice, she was, congratulations. Like anybody who's pregnant, how I used to be happy when people say, "Oh, congratulations," there was no body shaming. Okay, so for me, no, unless I see something that tells me that to the contrary, to me, what I see is a pile-on. I see there's a bunch of lies. Now it's been admitted that the texts were edited. I have been through that to myself. I will give you a very quick example because we're going to get into the royals now, and I have some news too because it involves Blake Lively and Meghan Markle. My ex-husband, when we were going through the thick of everything, I gave him Henrik because he was supposed to go to the ocean, stay at this hotel, spend the weekend with our son there, right? Um, my son called me because I gave him in a phone and said that he left in the morning and it was like 1 p.m. and my son called me saying that he hadn't eaten. His father hadn't given him breakfast. Henrik was about 11, 12. That his father hadn't given him breakfast nor lunch and that they were at the airport. And I'm like, why are you at the airport if you're going to be at the ocean? Right. And then he got on the phone. He said he was just picking up his brother and they were heading back to the ocean. So around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I called them. I called the hotel to talk to Hendrik to see if he had eaten and if everything was okay. And the hotel told me that they were not there, that they never had a reservation there or anything like that. And then I hear in the news, in the local news, that an American man with his son had been killed. Lady Leticia, join us. The link I sent the correct link, Lady Leticia. Um, it's on the group live. I'll send it to you again. so you can join us. So you can come. But and so I hear that they've been killed. They were murdered. My heart just dropped. People say that I was crazy because, I couldn't get a hold of my son, and I just heard on the news that an American man with his young son had been killed. So I remember I couldn't even drive, guys. I had to ask the neighbor to drive me because we couldn't get a hold of them, and it was all over the news, and it was in the area where they were supposed to have been. So I called this lawyer. His lawyer was. We're already talking nighttime, okay, here, and I was just crying. I remember I was so nervous. I just remember my stomach felt like it was going to explode. I was so stressed out, and finally, after I talked to his lawyer, he got a hold of him, right? And I'm at the hotel. Finally, I located that he was in another hotel that he said he was going to be because he was planning to take Henrik against his will. When I got to the hotel, I still had to wait for him. It was almost 11 o'clock at night. Henrik had not had breakfast, lunch, nor dinner. And he was really scared. And when they made it, the people at the hotel thought that my ex husband and my son were the ones who were murdered. I tried to contact the police. I was just at the hotel waiting for them. When I found out that they were coming, he finally phoned me while I was at the hotel waiting for them, and I started yelling at him. I was crying, yelling, and he was laughing, saying, "Listen to that bitch." He recorded me crying, yelling at him, saying, "How could you do this? You're such a jerk. How could you do this?" And then he played that part during a trial to say that I was insane, but he didn't say the whole concept of what had happened. Okay. My ex-husband is Norwegian American. He has both nationalities. Yes, he does. So everything is about context. You can clip anything and take it out of context. Victoria, are you there? Why aren't you showing your face, woman?
I'm so sorry. I had to go to the
No,
toilet.
but I'm just talking about the Justin Baldoni. So people, I see red flags all over the place. How about you, Victoria?
I think there are a lot of women that kind of take advantage of people's status, and I think this could be another woman doing that. It's unfortunate, really. I actually think he's a great guy, so it's difficult. It's a difficult one, and I feel bad for you, Paula, because this is this brings up a lot of emotion for you, and I don't want you to get triggered by it. I know it's
Mm.
hard, um, but you've come through the worst part. So, I am proud of you, and I think everybody else is as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying this. So people who are sending me those threatening messages about me doing the video about Blake Lively, that I don't believe her. And why didn't she go to the police? I did. Where was Sony in all of this? Why isn't she suing Sony? Sony was the one actually brokering this whole thing, and they
Mm,
were the bigger company. Why isn't she suing Sony? You
yeah.
know? And it's so there's a lot of red flags, and I think that everybody's piling on him. There's so many memories that come to my mind. And Blake Lively, she's married to an actor called Ryan Reynolds, Sheila Kelly. He's famous for doing Deadpool because prior to Deadpool, he was a supporting actor, pretty much. That's what he was. Let's face it. But I want to show you this picture. Have you seen these pictures?
I have not.
Okay, this is the baby shower. This is the lady who's the
Oh,
baby. This is the
yes.
baby shower. This is the lady. She is the chief executive of membership at Soho House. Blake Lively was also at that event.
Oh, so they're friends. How wonderful.
Yeah, well, Blake Lively was a Soho girl. People don't understand how Blake Lively. She was a B-list. She got Gossip Girl. She was very good friends with Harvey Weinstein. She was a Soho girl. She got invited to all them parties. She dated Leonardo DiCaprio and all of those things. You know,
Okay.
so they were both at that same event. They're both very chummy with Samantha. That's the name of the woman who's the chief executive. She was also a Soho girl who work with clients, you know, with customers. Because, like, this woman is Blake Lively. She's not a great actress. She's not. She's not a great actress at all. She doesn't have very much range like Ryan Reynolds. And I love Deadpool. I love the movies Deadpool, but I mean, he doesn't have very much range, you know. But and what is she famous for? Gossip Girl?
Oh,
Gossip
well,
Girl?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't actually know her very well. I only know Ryan Reynolds quite well because of his Deadpool, and we
Yeah,
love a bit of Avengers here and Marvel.
yeah, yeah. We're seeing Amber Heard 2.0, backed by very powerful people like WME, because Ryan Reynolds is a rainmaker for WME, because Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds were represented by well, these two are still represented by WME. But this goes to show you now the SAG AFTRA union. Where was the union, actors union, when Blake Lively was saying she was being sexually harassed by this man? Why didn't they interfere? Why did she wait a whole year? Why did she? And this is why the lady who's now suing the publicist, his former publicist, who's now suing Justin Baldoni, is the one that gave all the text messages and emails, and they were edited. So I don't know. But here we have two or three Soho hosts with their pimp Marcus Anderson on the baby shower. Isn't that something, guys? Hmm? Victoria, are you there? Lady Leticia, are you there? I haven't seen your message, Leticia. So you can come here, sweetie. I'll send it to you directly.
I'm so sorry, the kids are invading my life.
The kids are invading your life, yes. Let me see. But yeah, but I mean, guys, we should wait. But there's so many red flags. It's not even funny. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's very revealing. And the thing is that Blake likely didn't want any pictures of them out of being at this event. But there's always somebody who takes the picture.
Well, yes, you can't hide from that, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, and then she did the yeah, yeah, but she wasn't the main character. She was with other ones. She was part of the group. I don't think she's ever been nominated for anything, and she was very, very chummy with Harvey Weinstein. Thank
Yes.
you, Del. So yes, so that's what we're looking at here. All these
And do
girls,
you
they're
think that
all
they still
these
speak to
girls.
each other, Paula, these girls?
Well,
Because
of course they do.
I
Samantha.
don't see Megan out with any of these characters.
Because they no, no, no. You don't see her photographed with any of these characters in public because they refuse to be photographed with her because they know she's bad karma.
mm,
But she was clearly there. I am sure she made a beeline for Blake Lively and other people who were there because there were other people there as well. Because this
mm.
woman, Samantha, holds the key to Soho House, and they were all Soho housing together for many years.
Do you think that there are videos of them as well
Oh,
with
I'm sure they
regard
are.
to
I'm
the
sure they are.
estate?
I'm sure there are. But I don't think we're gonna see the light of day about them. But yeah. So,
Yeah,
but it's important to note. It's important to note, okay, that you are who you befriend.
of
You are,
course.
yes, you
Yeah.
are who you
And
hang out with.
isn't it interesting that they are friends and they have the same mindset? And I think someone in the chat said Amber Heard has jumped onto supporting Blake as well. So it's interesting, isn't it? The type of mindset these women have.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie's fans are supporting Amber Heard is support. I just jump in. It's not a great endorsement. And a lot of people are upset that the Norwegian the Norwegian, what you call it, Kjersti Flo. Her name is Kjersti Flo. That's how you say it in Norwegian. Ask ask her, congratulations on your baby bump. Apparently, that is incredibly offensive.
Really?
Yes. Apparently, that's body shaming. Apparently, Justin Baldoni, who has had back surgery and has a bad back, and there was a scene where he had to lift Blake Lively. He went to his trainer to ask him how much she weighed in order for him to see whether he could actually lift her or if there was any way for him to do it without hurting his back. And she publicly said that she was fat shaming her.
Oh, come on. I mean, it's that you're pregnant, you are going to be big. I mean, that's kind of the, the part and parcel of being pregnant, isn't it?
Yeah, but somebody saying congratulations on your baby bump and being pregnant. How is that offensive?
It isn't. It shouldn't be. But I
Have you
think
seen that
it's
interview?
all
Have you seen that interview?
people are offended. It's up to you if you're offended. It really is. You can either let it bother you or not. You know, I don't. I get Irish jokes all the time, blonde jokes all the time. I don't really care. You know, I am what I am. If you don't like it, you know, it's up to you to get upset about it. And actually, that is a normal procedure. If you're pregnant, you congratulate somebody, don't you? Oh, look at you, you're blooming, you're glowing. It's weird if you're going to be offended by everything somebody says. So
No, I know, but I mean, she was absolutely, absolutely. I mean, she said that she was.
oh, because I'm Irish beast mod boxing, sorry. Yeah, I'm half Irish. Last name is a bit Irish, that's why.
Okay, okay. Let me
Mm.
show you this little clip here. Here. Okay, I'm going to show you this, guys. This is what Kjersti Flo, who's Norwegian. And let me tell you, I know a lot about Norwegian culture because they're very polite. They are very polite people. You know, like they're not salacious or anything like that. Now she's being accused because, of course, she interviews a lot of actors. It turns out that some other actors that she's called out also work for that agency that represents Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which and Meghan Markle, which is WME. Okay. So this is the beginning. Are you guys listening to this? This is the beginning of the interview. Am I sharing it?
You're sharing it.
Okay, 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 here we go.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about
By the way, Sharshti can't have children, so that was actually quite mean. And she didn't have a bump because she's actually quite skinny.
my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
And these, they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it
Okay.
out.
Thank you. Thank you. You like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so like visually amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, working in
Everyone
digital.
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
Now I'm gonna
I'm
I'm gonna show you an interview with Killian Murphy because Killian Murphy was asked when he did Oppenheimer. He was asked about this actress about the interview if the costume had helped him get in into character, if it had helped him, and he said absolutely. He said that's a great question. Absolutely, because as soon as I put the hat on, I felt like him. You know, the clothes really took me back to the time. Let me see if I can find that interview with Killian Murphy because it was incredible. Costumes is costumes on Oppenheimer, right? He was absolutely. I think this is the one where he talks about. Um, he's talking about Let me see if this is the. Oh, here is the interview. He's talking about this girl. He's talking with this girl about it, and she asked him about the interview. And she said, "How did you feel about it?" I can't. I wish I could remember. This is MTV UK, so he did the interview with UK, but I don't want to bore you and stuff like that. Suffice to say, guys, because I actually, when you did if you watch my interview about my move, I think I have it in my videos here. The one with here with Blake Lively here. I think it's somewhere around here. And I think it's somewhere around here that I'm talking about him. And he's asked about that movie. I have it here in my video that I did. The one that sent I got so many hateful messages. So
Okay, so I know that he
oh, here it is. Here it is. Listen to this. Listen to this, guys. This is when Killian Murphy was asked exactly the same question about that. Listen to this question. Listen to his response.
So for you guys, with the costumes in this film, how did it help in unlocking these characters and finding out who they were for you?
That's a great question.
He wasn't offended.
No. Can I just point out that he met Prince William, Cillian Murphy, and the Irish have a very weird relationship.
He met
with
Prince
the
Harry.
royal-
It was Harry he met.
Oh, sorry, Prince Harry. I do
And
apologize.
Harry asked him about how did you feel something, and he says, "Oh, you're I don't know," and he says, "I'm Irish."
So what the Irish do? It's very telling. Is they put their hands in their pockets, and it's a sign of disrespect. And he has quite a lot of Irish people have a bit of a funny relationship with the royals. And he stood there with his hands in his pockets, and it was quite noticeable that he was a bit off key with Prince Harry. And so, yeah, but he still was respectful. He still carried himself, but I could see the look of tension on his face in that meeting.
Well, he didn't particularly like them, and I don't blame him.
It's a long running thing with the royal family because of all the tensions in Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland. There's a lot of history there, and I understand a lot of it. But I mean, I didn't grow up in Ireland, so I'm not fully engulfed in it. But I get why the Irish are the way they are sometimes, and I could see he's standing for his people, kind of thing, which was very telling. But it's a very complex situation, and I won't go into it because I'll bore the life out of you.
I get it. But it's just, people jump the gun because Ryan Reynolds has much more money. And everybody, oh, the SAG-AFTRA union, oh, the previous, the disgruntled former publicist who gave all the emails to Blake Lively and Ryan without a subpoena and edited some of the text is suing him, Justin Baldoni. So they all want to pile on him because she knows that she did wrong. And why did she wait an entire year? Why did she stay on the thing? She didn't need this movie. She could have quit. She could have had him again removed as a director or a lead actor or anything like that. You know what I mean? The union would have interfered immediately. So why is the SAG-AFTRA union just taking sides now?
But to play devil's advocate, sometimes women do not act instantly, and it takes a long time.
She did, according to Sony. According to the document they presented with Sony, she immediately was complaining. She had a bunch of list of demands. Apparently, she wanted, before she even was hired, she wanted him removed as director and her be the director. And that's what caused a lot of the friction. So apparently, she tried to do everything she could. Oh, she was calling meetings. She was walking. She is not known for being quiet on set, Victoria. She's known for being a bully on set. Everybody who's worked with her says the same thing. So this is not a woman who suffers fools. She's very much a Meghan Markle character.
Yes.
You
I mean, I just wonder sometimes, is there always more to the story? I don't know. But from what I see of Ryan Reynolds, he seems like a stand-up guy. What do you think?
No, he's not. Apparently, oh, I have this. Wait 1 second. I have this. I was gonna do it for a video that I was going, but now I have it here. Um, okay, this is JT Miller. Anybody you might recognize him because he was the bartender on Deadpool. Remember that he was a bartender friend on Deadpool? Do you remember?
Sorry, what was that?
He was the bartender at the Deadpool movie, JT Miller. This
don't
is
think
the
I've seen
guy
that.
that I'm showing you right now. Do you
Mm.
guys remember there was a bartender at the bar and Deadpool and with the Deadpool movies and he's behind the bar. He's the guy that goes with him everywhere and stuff like that. He wasn't the at first and second movie. And he wasn't uh don't you remember him? He was the bartender friend that they hired. Well, he was in the movie. This is what he had to say about Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No,
Oh.
I would not.
that much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
And the most interesting part of it all, because I am doing a video about it, the most interesting part of it all is that guess who reached out to TJ Miller on November 14th, published November 14, 2024. He reached out to TJ Miller 2 years after saying that he would never work with Ryan Reynolds again. The Silicon Valley alum shared insight on his current relationship with the Marvel actor with whom he co-starred in 2016 Deadpool. We talked a little while ago on November 12th. So Ryan Reynolds was going around calling people. They've been premeditating all of this. This is just like Harry and Meghan Markle. He knew that there's people out there who think of him as an asshole. His father died 9 years ago, and yet he went and did an interview that he didn't get a very good relationship with his father. The victim, how him and Blake Lively were very much middle class. Blake Lively's parents were wealthy. She was a wealthy girl. Her sister was Robin Lively, who was an 80s or early 90s icon. I mean, but it's also very Meghan Markle. But the interesting part is that she was at that very same. They hang around the same circles because they were both Soho House girls. As Blake Lively with the pregnant, the one that's pregnant, by the way, she she's, I said, she's the chief executive officer in charge of all the memberships at Soho House. She used to be a Soho House girl like Meghan Markle. They have come a long way, I must say.
Do you know, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said about these girls.
Well, Blake Lively came a long way because of Ryan Reynolds. She married who she married.
Oh, I love it.
What you call it? That the one that's married to John Legend. What's her name?
Chrissy
Really?
Teigen. Chrissy
Chrissy
Teigen.
Teigen.
So
The
she's
Secret
quite an
Girl.
interesting character as well, because a lot of people say she's a bit of a I don't know, a predator.
She's
She's
have
done
you seen the things that she's
some
posted?
weird
I mean,
tweets. Yeah,
no, not only that, she's a complete bully. She was telling a
yeah,
17-year-old girl with mental
yeah.
health issues to go and
No, I
offer.
know. I know. Well, I think maybe these celebrities have an oversized ego, and they all kind of believe their own hype. So it wouldn't surprise me if most of them have kind of a sick, savage side.
Yes.
And I'm fully aware that Chrissy Teigen isn't a nice girl. And she's quite mean. And there's a lot of stuff about this Pizzagate. Have you heard about this Pizzagate, Paula?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So if this is true, it's very worrying because there's always this thing about pizza that she tweets about, and it's
Yeah.
apparently code for trafficking. And I mean, I don't know. Do we need to sieve through all of these celebrities' Twitter posts to see if they've got this Pizzagate stuff going on? Because
I think the whole thing of Hollywood has to come out, really.
It needs to be deconstructed, completely thrown apart, and then rebuilt again, because it is all built on paedophilia and predatory behaviour. And we know all these child stars have gone into the celebrity world and they've all had deviant experiences or been preyed upon. And it's a well-known fact. So unfortunately, you know, you pay a price when you go into this Hollywood life. And it is not what it seems. It's not what it appears to be.
Pictures of Ryan Reynolds with Harvey Weinstein. By the way, Ryan Reynolds was married to Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I love her.
It's
She's
Ryan
so beautiful.
So they were and Blake Lively was with somebody else, so they were both cheating. And I think part of the hatred that I don't think many people know this, but Scarlett Johansson is directing a movie with Justin Baldoni as well. Justin Baldoni selected her to direct a movie for a book that he had coming, and Scarlett Johansson was Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife before Blake Lively, and he cheated on whatchamacallit, and then they bullied the entire press to keep them quiet. So they wanted to present it like this big love story, you know. So it's very, very interesting because it's amazing how Meghan Markle is always around these people, isn't it? How she's always
You know,
finds her way back
she's lied with a lot of dogs, so she's caught the fleas. I mean, everybody she's kind of entwines with seems to have a dark side to them. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah, but Meghan Markle has a dark side to her because she's been around the block quite a few times.
Yeah.
She's made tracks around the blocks. There are tracks just for her, you know. So it is absolutely insane what we're seeing nowadays, guys, you know. Yeah, and Munchie doesn't Scarlett Johansson called Blake Lively a homewrecker. She was with Leonardo DiCaprio. She was with these older men. She was getting around. She was she was part of the Soho House crew, along with the Samantha girl and Meghan Markle, who are there to say hello with their little pimp, Marcus Anderson. You know, it's scanclank all the way. You know, it's terrible. And this whole thing is terrible. I just hope that the new year, guys, brings us something more positive. I think that 2020, I told you that 2024 was going to be the end of a lot of people. I predict that 2025
Like Cat
is gonna be
Williams
the
said, it's all coming out in the wash. So yeah, it's true.
Yes.
I mean, we're seeing the downfall of a lot of celebrities, and we're seeing the mask is slipping off of a lot of people. But it's interesting because I think we put a lot of these celebrities up on a pedestal, and really they're living a double life.
Yeah.
And we as YouTubers, it's our responsibility to unpick it and find the truth. I think that is our responsibility.
By the way, Jack Brooksbank, Eugenie's husband, was a bartender, started as a bartender at Soho House. And we know that Ron Burkle, the owner of Soho House, is incredibly close to Fergie and Andrew and the girls. The same thing for Harvey, the same thing for Diddy. Okay. So there's a lot that is, it's a lot to unpack. So she met her husband at Soho House. That's where Eugenie met Jack Brooksbank. And he has another one that has raised through the ranks. He ended up marrying a princess, just like Meghan ended up marrying a prince.
Yes, and they
Isn't
set
that
they set their sights on men with opportunity and power, and that
Yeah.
is what they've done. I'm wearing Leah. I'm wearing an elf costume.
That's so funny. That
I
is so
look a bit
funny.
crazy, but it's fine.
No, but that's fine. But anyways, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy Christmas. Victoria and I, some of the girls couldn't make it. I thought we were going to be more, but they are too busy.
Yeah.
We might do something for the 31st. I don't know. I will
Yeah.
anyway. I will anyways.
I'll
And
join
anybody
you,
wants to
Paula.
join me, you can join me.
Of
Um,
course.
but I want to wish the whole community a Merry Christmas. I want to thank those who have been supporting me since Norway, since my walks and everything. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank, you too for meeting wonderful people like you, Victoria,
Love
and
you.
Tina,
You know I love you.
Cynthia, Megan Small, who's sick. My poor Megan
I
Small
know.
is sick. Yeah. I mean, she's
I've got a cough
sick.
again, Paula. It's like I just feel like I've got something wrong with me. I need to get to the doctor.
Tina,
Always got a cough.
Pidina, Lady Letitia, Maggie, Ron, who had a baby girl today, Nova. I'm not showing the pictures because he has to show them first, I believe. I deleted Discord because I don't know how to use it. I was getting frustrated. So I deleted that because it was an app that I had to download. So I deleted it because I just can't, guys. I'm 56. I can't be bothered to be learning new technology. And I mean, everybody was no, it's just too I'm still getting around WhatsApp
YouTube? Oh, WhatsApp.
and even YouTube. So
We'll get
I want
there
to
in the end, Paula.
yeah, yeah.
We'll
But I
get
want
there
to
in the
thank
end.
everybody. I want to thank everybody. And you too, do you want to thank people,
Thank you
Victoria?
so much, everybody. Thank you for everyone on Paula's channel that's subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. And you guys are really nice when I come on. So I really appreciate that, guys.
Oh,
And
we are
Merry Christmas. And have a good one tomorrow. Get very drunk and enjoy it.
No, but it's gonna be fun. It's been so wonderful. I met people like Pidina, like you. Pidina has been such a loyal friend, so supportive of me through everything, everything that's been going through. She has been so supportive. You, Tina, Cynthia, Megan Small,
We all love you, Paula. You know that. And we're always going to be by your
in
side.
my
Whatever.
community. In my community are my subscribers, guys. You guys make it worth my time getting up, and
Well,
you've
you're making
supported
me
me.
want to cry. Stop it.
No, it's just that I am really thankful, guy. It's something that Harry and Meghan don't have, especially Meghan, because Meghan would be, God knows, doing what, probably corn with a P, in the worst possible way. Instead of being thankful, instead of being thankful of being with the Queen, I can't believe this woman was ever around the Queen. I just can't wrap my head around it. That royalty was not good enough for her.
Well,
Can
this
you
is
believe that?
narcissism to its finest, isn't it?
This
The downfall of the narcissist will commence, my friend. We will get there in the end.
Yes, yes. So thank you guys for watching us, and you have a wonderful Merry Christmas. Thank you,
You too,
Victoria, for
Paula.
joining.
And bye, everybody. This side chat. Love you, guys. Lots. Take care. Thank you for having me on, Paula. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.